Well, hello, Bumblebee, and thank you so much for being here today. One more episode for this podcast made just for you, Cafecito with Vivi. I am your host, Vivi. So today's episode is actually, I have a topic related to that as well, because, I'm in that topic right now because of my course that, by the way, the enrollment is open now. So I'm going to put the link below so you can sign up on the course, or you can send me questions if you have more questions about this course that you would like to understand, or whatever things that you would like to. So before I start, if you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel, give a like, share, comment to this video, or follow my podcast, same name, Cafecito with Baby. So today's topic is actually a hiding fear of money, and why staying in debt could be an unconscious comfort zone. So I know that this is kind of like, what are you talking about? The fear of money? How am I gonna be fear of money, right? Like, it seems kind of silly, perhaps. However, like I mentioned, it's just a very unconscious related topic, because normally debt is seen as a financial burden, and it's something that I spoke before, right, about this. So it's kind of like a weight that is holding us back from achieving our goals. But have you ever considered that staying in debt could be more than just a financial issue, more than just, oh, I'm not good with money, more than just I just not comfortable managing money, or someone telling you that you are not smart enough to handle money? So for many, debt it serves like an unconscious comfort zone, and that happened actually to me. So it's really rooted in a deep stated fear and belief about money, right? The fear of money, whether is the fear of having too much, or maybe it's a fear of managing it, right? The fear of losing it. It can unconsciously keep people trapped in this cycle of debt. So I'm gonna explore and why this happened, and how I'm giving you some ideas on how can you break it free. Like I said, this was something that happened to me. So finding and figuring this out actually helped me to get a huge breakthrough into my debt situation. So that as an unconscious comfort zone, it might sound counterintuitive, but that can provide a sense of familiarity and safety, even if it's not a pleasant one. If you ever been in debt, or you are in debt for the longest time right now, it just becomes a part of your identity and daily experience. So remember when I said, when you're like working through your debt and you're like, I am debt free, you start saying those things, and then yeah, you might come out of debt and possible coming back to debt, or being afraid of money still, like living in scarcity, because you still identify yourself with debt. So stepping out of debt might feel like an unsettling um, situation, because it disrupts a routine that has become, in some type of way, comfortable. So psychologically, that may reinforce some limiting beliefs, like I am not good with the money, I don't deserve to be free of debt, people like me will always struggle financially. If I have money, people's going to scam me or take advantage of me. So those were the unconscious things that happened to me, and that's why I'm sharing it right now. And these beliefs are formally they're like often formed early in life. So for example, the I am not good with money, it was very early in life for me, and it was someone close to me, someone that I love, and told me that I was not good with money. So I kind of like felt like that, and then not deserving to be free of that, because I kind of felt that I was unworthy of having what the other side of debt represents, which is financial freedom, financial stability, or even having more. And also things that I always told myself is that people like me, because that's how I grew up, by people telling me and things happening to me all the time, that people like me will always struggle financially. And I had to debunk that as well. And the people taking advantage of me, because the first time that I actually was able to have that, well, actually it's been two times, right? That I have been able to have more than 1 year of savings in my account. Somehow, the first time I got scammed, and then the second time I made a really wrong financial move, and that's before I found out about manifesting and all this kind of stuff, right? Before I clear all these things out. And it really made me feel like me having money is just like people's gonna take advantage of me. And also me having that money, not just a scam, but it did happen actually that a certain person in my life actually took advantage of me by having that money, but that is okay. Like I said, it was just something that I didn't know back then, and I'm just so glad that I found out about this and that I was able to clear this out. So the fear of money, this is why keep us is keeping you stuck if you are in this situation like I was before. The fear of money is more connected that more common, I'm sorry, it's more common than you might think. It can manifest in several ways. Some people fear that having money will change them into a person that they don't want to become, or how other people is going to perceive them if they have more money. And if you see that on social media, whoever starts like showing an extravagant life, what are the most comments that you see on that person? Or if someone has a page, someone in real estate has a page for luxury homes, what are the comments that you see the most? And just remember that those comments don't come from that specific post, but from inner things that people have and inner fears that they have, especially related to money, that they're making those assumptions or those comments. So when you see these type of things, you might have that fear of having money. So because people is going to perceive you in that way. Maybe some other people, like I said, that was me as well. This is one of my fears, is that you're gonna mismanage it and you're gonna lose it all, because that happened to me before. And then people start telling me that you're not good with money, blah blah. So this was a very consciously avoiding the me accumulating wealth, or putting more in my bank account, not putting more in my retirement account. So when I was in this situation, it served me as a barrier that kept me from facing the anxiety that rises with financial freedom. It really created an anxiety. So some of the common fears, I mentioned some, but just more clearly, the fear of responsibility. More money means more responsibility. So for some, the idea of managing wealth feels overwhelming, and that can serve as an excuse to avoid learning about financial management and taking new responsibilities. That's why when I mentioned about my affirmations, that they work, and when people say, but when you say that I am wealthy and you are not, it's rejecting it. So but you are, it's because you have that fear of responsibility. But if you give yourself conscious that affirmation, that you are learning financial management, or you're learning new ways and skills to manage your money, and you trust in those abilities, on those skills, then that, therefore you are wealthy, right? So it's kind of like giving a reason, and then and then an outcome about that reasoning. That's how affirmations work. So the fear of judgment. Being financially successful can sometimes attract negative judgment or envy from others. Like I mentioned, on the social media is very common just look at it, just pay attention next time if you haven't. And also maybe pay attention to your own feelings if you feel that kind type of way as well. So staying in debt might feel safer than standing out and risking criticism or rejection. The other one is the fear of change. Breaking free from that, it involves changing long-held habits, beliefs, and behaviors. Our subconscious mind really likes to stay in a state where our habits we already know and what we already believe is just an autopilot. It's not very well with new habits or new changes, but we just have to keep practicing to make it a new belief. And that's why the rewiring your subconscious comes from these situations. So this change can feel uncomfortable, can be leading people to unconsciously sabotage their efforts to pay debt and build wealth. And how can you break free from this fear cycle? These are some of the practices that I have done so far, and I'm still looking for new ways to show on my course, but these are just a few ones that I'm going to show to you. And I also have other tools that is going to help you on that on my course in Renew, Release, and Rise for paying off your debt. So the first one is to acknowledge the fear. The first step is to become aware of any fears or limiting beliefs you have around money. So really, this is awareness is really like the key and the principle for you to start changing your life. And when you ask yourself, questions like Tony Robbins says this, that you ask very questions, or the quality of the questions is the quality of your life, something like that. I might have butchered it right now, but it's something like that. So just ask yourself, what do I really believe about money? What am I afraid might happen if I become debt free? And just write it down without judgment. This is just as an observer of these feelings. Maybe I would do a little bit of practice meditation, not guided meditation, but just maybe some music, or if you are comfortable with natural sounds like a storm or like the ocean or like the forest, whatever type of sound, or some type of uh, music that makes you just relax without words, just kind of like, so you can start listening to the inner answers. And don't worry, I'm gonna put the questions on the description so you can have it. So the next one is that now that you acknowledge the fear, so the second step is to reframe your beliefs. Challenge and reframe any negative beliefs you have uncovered. For example, replace the "I'm not good with money" with "I am learning to manage money wisely." Like I mentioned at the beginning. I'm sorry, my alarm. So shift from "I'll always be in debt" to "I am capable of creating financial freedom." Right? Or I am capable to learn skills to pay off my debt, whatever reframe it requires. So you can maybe make a list of the current beliefs that you have, and then once you make the list, then start reframing for something more positive and empowering. And once again, if you have questions, of course, you can send it to me. You can ask here on the comments, or you can send it to me at hello@mindfultasksacademy.com. The next one is to visualize financial freedom and just imagine yourself living debt free. How does it feel? It's not just the pictures, right? But how does it feel? Like, what do you feel being in this life free of debt? What are you doing differently? So maybe before you were like getting stressed about money, and now you feel like more calm, and now what you are doing is that you're getting um, more money into your abundance fund, into your generational wealth fund. Maybe you open an account for your kids so they can have money for college. I don't know, whatever it is, right? But just visualize those things. Visualize it in all your senses, in the vision, the pictures, the feelings, the touch, the sounds, the smells, even what a smell represents free of debt for you. And just imagine that smell, right? And that's how you actually, your subconscious, that's how understands visualization process through symbols and things like that, not actual words like I'm speaking to you right now. The fourth step is to practice self-compassion and forgive yourself, right? So understand that your fears around money are not flaws. This is not that it's something wrong with you, but it's just a learning a process, it's a learning response. And be compassionate with yourself. And as you work through this transformation experience and removing these patterns, just remember that debt is not a reflection of your worth, right? You are more worthy than you might think. And I do have in my free community practice, a forgiveness practice that you can do. It's an audio that you can do, and it's gonna help you as well to release this fear or this feeling like you're not worthy of this. The second one is to seek support. I did mention that I seek support before and I ended up finding my financial coach. However, of course, I continue to seek support from manifestation coaches to understand the deep behind on my subconscious, and I can actually liberate myself from this situation. And of course, that's why I also provide those courses as well in my one-on-one practice as a financial coach. And of course, if you don't connect with me, that is okay, that is perfect, but make sure that you connect with someone and that it can help you in dealing with this, um, liberating yourself from fear. So if these fears are deeply ingrained in you, I really think that you should consider working with a coach, a therapist, or someone who is specialized in money mindset. There's so many of us, right? But just what your intuition is telling you to do or to work with. I highly suggest you for you to do it. This can help you uncover hiding blocks and create a plan for financial healing. And by the way, I have a free quiz that I'm gonna put the link below for you to find what are the hiding blocks that you might have around money. So answer it as much truthful as you can, and then find out what are your hiding blocks around money. So this transformation that is gonna be this word the fight thing. So from debt to abundance, and this transformation in your relationship with money is gonna be like the most exciting thing that you can ever do, because releasing the fear of money and the comfort of debt, it really requires patience and inner work. So it's not just about the numbers on a spreadsheet or the bank statements. It's about really shifting your entire mindset and the perception. And that's why I always talk about the self concept around money. So it really changes all that. And when you confront these fears and embrace financial freedom, you create that space for more abundance, more ease, more opportunities, and all those things are just gonna flow into your life. I have seen that in my life, like opportunities have been coming left to right, and I'm just like very excited about all this. And I really think that this is what I want for you as well. If you're listening to this, because maybe you have that fear, or maybe you're like trying to tap yourself into more money mindset. Oh my gosh, I this is this is amazing, it really is. So remember, debt doesn't define you. So this is the most important thing that you need to understand right now. Debt does not define you. Okay? Just because you have debt and someone says, oh, well, you broke because you have debt. No, please, that is not a definition. Debt is just a fear of money, and it can be, it's part of your life lesson, and you can always think about it in that way, what is the lesson that you are learning? How can you release this fear? How can you learn from this and really empower yourself? And how can you understand that not all debt also is bad, right? And then you have a better relationship with money because you also work on that relationship with that. So just understand the financial freedom is your birthright. God is a God of abundance, God, universe creator, whatever you want to see it in whatever aspect, whatever religion, or whatever higher power you have in your mind. It doesn't matter, but I really believe that it's a God of abundance. And we being the, you know, the, we being created as image of this energetic force, this higher power. Like I said, for me, it's God, but we are created by God and as image. So that means that if you ever think about what am I gonna leave my kids when I pass away, or like what is my kids are gonna take from me, imagine what God has given to us that we can enjoy it right now. So have you ever seen the trust funds? Most wealthy people have trust funds for the kids. Guess what? God has a trust fund for you in abundance, and it's your birthright. It is written, it is for you. So, understanding the emotional roots and addressing the fear of money, you can actually break you free from the cycle and create a new and empowering relationship with your finances. So, I hope you have liked this episode as much as I like it. And please, I really didn't want to record today because there's a holiday coming, and there's a 4-day weekend for my kids' school. So I know that sometimes my microphone kind of picks up even a smaller laugh with my son, and it kind of you can hear it sometimes. So if you heard that, I apologize. I'm not trying to be unprofessional. However, like I said, this is just how my microphone picks up from those little noises, by the way, speaking of. So thank you so much for being here today. And I will see you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to start posting my podcast instead of every Wednesday. It's going to be every other Wednesday. So, but once a month, I'm going to be adding um, a meditation or affirmations, and maybe I'll put some rampage as well, something that it just come to my mind, but I will figure out on what is gonna be next. I have already put affirmations and meditations, but maybe the next one is gonna be a rampage. But anyways, thank you so much once again for being here today. I truly appreciate it, sending all the blessings of abundance back to you. And remember, it's a vivid thing. You wouldn't understand. Bye.